On day 1, I spawned in a cave as a Mecha Worm. I was surrounded by my people, as we were tasked by our creators to mine all of the ore we could find.
Come on, son. Let's get back to work.
Alright, Dad. I love mining. But as I said this, a sudden explosion burst open the walls of the mine, as our creators from Mining Co. marched in.
Good work, Worms. You mined everything we needed from you. And that means this operation is no longer profitable. Shut it down!
Wait, no! There must be more we can mine!
There's always more. You bots just ain't worth the money. Scrap 'em, boys!
But the CEO already signaled his men, causing the officers to charge in and destroy every Mecha Worm in sight. No! Stop! Ugh! What? But we did everything you wanted! I watched in horror as more and more of my kind were destroyed, and I was gonna be next. Before he could reach me though, my father shot him with a powerful blast.
Pozo, we need to get out of here! Dig! Dig!
I started digging with my dad, but as we did, we accidentally mined into a cave. Wah! On day 2, my father and I fell down into a lava-filled cave. Ah!
They're down there!
We have to lose them!
We looked around until I saw some loose rock on the ceiling. There!
Nice, son! Use your powers!
Instinctually, I shot out a bolt of electricity with my father, hitting a rock to create a platform. Whoa! Good thing we have mecha powers. We began to run through the cave. But as we did, I saw a strange light coming from the side. Let's go this way.
Wait up!
My father was about to follow me, but unfortunately, the mining officers cut him off.
You thought you two could get away?
My father began to fight them, giving me enough time to make it across the rocks. Go, Dad!
Anything to protect my... Ah!
An explosion rocked the cave as the CEO came walking up.
You worthless robots! I should have never made you to begin with!
Bozo, run!
Before I could even react, the CEO blasted my father again, killing him in front of me. No! However, his attacks had caused the ceiling to cave in, cutting off the Mining Co. from following me. On day 3, I ran into the small cave, only to see that the glow came from a strange ore in the center of the room. No. My dad died all for this stupid rock? I angrily shot out an attack at the ore when something started to happen. The ore burst open and began to attach onto my body. I gained 5 more hearts and upgraded into a stronger Mecha Worm with even more powerful abilities. Whoa, what was that? I used my upgraded form to tunnel through the cave and eventually made my way to the surface. All right, time to find those miners, and suddenly I was interrupted by something hitting me from behind. Ah!
Hey, Marty! I found us some more scrap over here!
Huh? I turned around to see 2 goblins?
Hey, nice find! This'll make us a nice new toilet!
A toilet? Stay away from me! I blasted out at them with my new ability, shoving them back.
What the? This one's a fighter! Bring in the cavalry!
Looking up, I saw a scrap helicopter flying in. Oh no! I made a break for it, using my small size to weave in between the trees.
Don't let it get away!
Explosions started to rain down from above as the helicopter ruthlessly shot at me. Before I knew it, I had accidentally run up to a cliff. Think, Bozo. Think! Maybe you can... Ah!
That'll knock him out for a while. Hurry! Get him on the chopper!
On day 4, I woke up in a cage, hanging inside of a junkyard. Hey, let me out of here!
Save your breath.
Huh? I turned around to see that a small mechanical beetle was trapped in there with me.
It's no use. You can't reason with the goblins. They're just as stupid as the humans.
Suddenly, our cage began to shake as the floor opened up. Ah! We fell right onto a conveyor belt.
Welcome to the scrapyard, folks! On the meltdown menu tonight, a clockwork beetle against one fully functioning Mecha Worm! Remember, you have until the poor scraps reach the incinerator to place your bets!
Wait, what? I looked over and saw the belt was taking us right to a horrifying furnace. Run! We began to run against the conveyor, dodging around other pieces of scrap. I looked over, though, and saw the beetle was falling behind because of a box. Hold on! I shot out a spark, which destroyed it instantly.
No, thanks.
Hey, you're not supposed to work together!
Ooh, it seems our competitors have taken the friendly route. No matter, let's turn up the heat!
The goblin helicopter came flying in from above and started to shoot down a flamethrower towards us. We were about to be done for as everything was starting to overwhelm me. I can't die here! In my panic, I let out a powerful shock, which struck the helicopter head on.
Mayday! Mayday! I'm going down!
He spun out of control and crashed right onto the conveyor belt's engine.
A way out. Come on.
On day 5, I safely escaped the goblin's junkyard with the beetle. That was close.
No kidding. I can't believe it. You mentioned that you had the power of the prism ore?
What are you talking about?
I heard that there are 6 hidden pieces of the ore throughout the world that could be used to make the most powerful mech in existence. Every single ore is connected to the other, and altogether, you'd be unstoppable.
They're connected, you say? I focused on my new power and began to feel a pull to the woods nearby. Another one must be close. You stay here. I'll check it out. I headed out into the woods where I came across an old-looking sawmill. And there, powering the entire place, was the next prism ore. Sweet. I ran towards it, but was suddenly hit back by a tall robot lumberjack.
Keep your hands to yourself, Worm. Mining Co's gonna be real mad if I lose power to my mill.
What? You work for Mining Co?
Sure do. And the more we talk, the less wood I chop. So get out of here.
Yeah! You don't understand. They'll destroy you the moment you finish working for them.
Didn't you hear me? Get lost!
He charged in to hit me again, so I dug down, avoiding his attack. I mined up into a storage room where I saw tons of lumber stacked around. I'm sorry, but this is for your own good. I shot out a spark, which lit the wood on fire instantly.
No! No, no!
He tried to put it out, but the fire began to spread, consuming the entire room. Okay, maybe I overdid it. Chunks of the roof started to fall in, threatening to crush me and the robot. We both made a break for it, dodging around the fires as we went. We were about to make it out when the entrance collapsed, trapping us inside.
Ah! It won't budge!
Hold on! Thinking fast, I dug down into the ground, making the hole big enough for the lumberjack to follow, as I burrowed us a tunnel outside. All right, I think we're safe now.
You think you're safe? You just destroyed my life's work!
He was about to run up and slash me when we heard someone coming out from the entrance.
Jack, how's our lumber order coming along?
No, it's them. On days 7 to 8, I quickly hid away as the Mining Co. CEO came up.
I didn't expect to see you so quickly. Your, order had some complications.
I see. Man, scrap this bot for parts. Clearly, he wasn't cut out for this.
Wait, you can't do this!
I watched as the CEO left the mill and sent his officers in to take down the lumberjack. I can't let them get away with this again. I leapt out from cover and blasted one of the officers, but it barely affected him.
Hey, you're that little runaway!
We began to fight as both the lumberjack and I did our best to hold them at bay, but one of them sent me flying back. Ah! The ore! I need its power! I shot out my electricity at the ore, shattering it as its energy rushed into my body. I gained 5 more hearts and forged a flamethrower attack. Oh yeah!
What the? Ah!
That's what you get! But as I said this, one of the officers snuck up on me. Thankfully, Jack took him down.
Ah! Looks like you were right, little guy. That company was gonna destroy me either way.
It's okay. They did it to my people too. We should get out of here before more show up. On days 9 to 10, I led Jack out of the forest to where I left the beetle. but she was nowhere in sight. No! Do you think the company?
Oh, please. They couldn't catch me if they tried. Now hurry up, boys. I found something.
She led us over to an abandoned vault entrance.
These puppies are nearly indestructible. Perfect place to stay safe. Now, just need to find a way inside.
I walked towards it as I felt the ore's power inside me begin to react with the door. Because of this, it slid open to reveal the large chamber inside. Whoa.
That's one way to do it.
Man, this place is full of old material. It could build us anything.
I looked over and saw that because of my presence, a mechanical screen had flickered on, showing the location of another prism ore. Perfect! I left the others to set up our new home, while I made my way to the computer's location and saw an oil rig operation out in the ocean. That should be it. Now, just to swim over and... Ah! What the? Water hurts me?
Come on, man! Shift changes in an hour!
Huh? I looked over just in time to see some humans were getting on a boat to go to the rig. Time for plan B, I guess. On days 11 to 12, I quickly snuck onto the boat as it sailed off to the oil rig.
Hey, boss, we ever figured out that oil leak situation?
Nah, fish don't live that long anyway. The ocean's big. A little oil wouldn't hurt it.
Are you kidding me? What's wrong with these people?
Get your gear on! We're almost there!
The workers began to spread out around the ship and put on mecha gloves? What do those do? But as I said this, one of them was coming towards my hiding spot. I darted around the boat, evading their sight as we got closer and closer to the rig. I just need to stay hidden a little bit longer.
I swear I left my bag over here.
I looked over and saw the bag the worker was talking about. Oh no, I gotta get rid of this thing. Ha!
Ah, there it is.
Oh, thank goodness. Thankfully, we finally made it to the rig as the crew started to get off the boat. I snuck off beside them, trying to find a way inside the facility. But the moment I got close...
Unregistered mech detected on platform. Please register with shift manager.
You gotta be kidding me!
Hey! That bag of bolts isn't with us! Get him!
On days 13 to 14, the workers rushed in and used their mecha gloves to shoot out claw attacks at me. Ah! Stop! I don't want to hurt you! I tried to dodge their attacks for as long as I could until I finally found an entrance into the building of the rig. I was about to run inside when one of them dropped down in front of me.
Oh no. If you want to get in there, you're gonna have to get past me.
He kept firing out his glove to take me down, and his attacks were really starting to hurt. All right, enough! I shot out my flamethrower towards him, but he dodged out of the way.
Ha ha! Nice try, robot.
Suddenly, the area exploded as my flames hit one of the oil tanks. That can't be good. I looked over though and saw the worker had dropped his mecha gloves. I picked them up, and when I did, they forged onto my body. I felt stronger and now had my own clawed arms. Nice.
Temperature levels are above safety protocol. Activating self-destruct.
Not nice. The rig began to shake as the remaining workers fled to the ship. But I knew I had to find the prism ore before it was too late. So I shot out my new mecha arms that grappled me to the building. On days 15 to 16, I was rushing through the crumbling oil rig as explosions were going off all around me. It has to be here somewhere. Finally, I made it to the center where the prism ore was being held. Bingo! I grappled up towards it. But just then, another explosion knocked me back to the ground.
Oh, so this is what you're here for.
I looked up, only to see that the worker's boss had gotten to the ore before me.
Sorry, little worm, but I ain't gonna lose my job over this.
He quickly grabbed the ore and left the room. No! I ran over and watched as he hopped in a boat to speed away. So, with no other choice, I hopped in one myself. Yes, it's time to see what these arms can do. I sped after the other boat and quickly learned how difficult it was to drive. Whoa, whoa! We sailed out along the coast, but that's when the human realized I was following him.
What the? You crazy bot!
He clicked a button, which fired out torpedoes right towards me. On days 17 to 18, more torpedoes came rocketing towards me, but I wasn't giving up. Just stop it, dude!
No!
I always knew you mechs were bad news. And now, you killed one of my men!
His torpedoes struck my boat, nearly knocking me off into the water. Ah! Wait, if his boat has them, I clicked a button, firing out a torpedo of my own that hit his boat head on.
No, no, no!
My attack made him lose control and crash onto the nearby beach. Please, I'm sorry for what I did, but I need that ore to stop some really bad people. He finally understood and handed it over. I grabbed it, instantly causing my body to begin to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts, and the mecha arms fully integrated into my form. Yes!
Oh, those bad people. It's them?
The man threw me over a help wanted poster, a job at an iron factory, sponsored by the Mining Co. Yes, this is them. Thank you.
Yeah. Just get going before I change my mind.
On days 19 to 21, I followed the coordinates on the poster to arrive at an entrance of a large iron factory. All right, what are you planning?
Whoa there, little bot. All mechs must be accompanied by their creator to get in here. Can't have any rogues in our factory.
Oh, right. Totally not a rogue mech here. Oh no. What am I gonna do? Just then, I heard an explosion sound off nearby. My calculations are all wrong! What was that? I walked over and saw a lone scientist next to his exploded machine. Hey, are you trying to get into this factory? Why, yes I am! But they want proof of my genius! That buffoon wouldn't know brilliance if it hit him in the face! Well, it just so happens I need a creator to get inside too. Think we could work together? I don't know. I need to know what I'm working with first. Without hesitation, the scientist shot me with a laser. Hey, that hurt. Ah, so you do feel pain. Next test. Let me see your firepower. Okay. I turned towards a tree across the clearing and slashed at it with my new mecha arms. Oh, that was cool. Okay, look, are we done with your test now? No, not yet. I have one last thing I need to see. On days 22 to 26, the scientist led me over to another clearing. I like to call this one a field test. Just run across the field as fast as you can. Okay, sounds easy enough. I began to run across the opening when I suddenly heard something click under me. What was that? I looked over and saw multiple turrets appear around the field. Now the real test begins. They all began to fire out deadly lasers towards me, nearly taking me out. What is wrong with you? I dodged around the laser as I ran, but as I got to the end, a final turret locked onto me. It let out the most powerful laser of them all, as I was forced to dig down just to not die. Seriously? Yeah. Dr. Albert will only admit to creating the best mechs in the world. And you have proven just that. With that, Albert finally agreed to come with me to the Iron Factory. Here he is, my wonderful creator.
You made this?
Why, yes. It's my personal, fire starter.
Looks right to me. Come on in. The tour's about to start.
On days 27 to 29, Albert and I were being led around the factory with other scientists.
At our factory, we only make the finest of creations. Like this. Our newest development with the founder of the Mining Co., the Mecha Miner 2.0. Infused with the power of a legendary prism ore.
That's what they're replacing my people with? I need to get that ore. Albert, cause a distraction. Oh, what does this button do? The electricity shot up into the air as Albert began to mess with the nearby computer.
Please don't touch anything.
With this distraction, I was able to sneak away from the tour and into the Mecha Miner's room. Okay, Bozo, just grab the ore and don't get caught. Ooh, what's this button?
Stop that!
I began to jump up the room, using all the different equipment to get closer to the mech. But the machines were still working on it and would constantly move around. Thankfully though, with my new mecha arms, I was closer enough to grapple up to the ore. Yes! On days 30 to 32, I was about to grab the ore when I saw Albert running around in the other room. This one looks so much fun!
No, wait!
He didn't listen and flipped a lever, which caused something to happen. Ah! What the? The room began to light up as the prism ore was placed into the mecha miner.
Oh, don't worry, we haven't even.
Must be destroyed.
That's not good. It slammed down at me with its massive drill hands, sending me flying back through the glass. Ah! It then continued to rush around the factory, destroying everything in sight.
The tour is over! Everybody, run!
No, I gotta find a way to stop this thing. I tried to fight the mech with my abilities, but its armor was just too strong. But suddenly, a burst of energy struck it, causing it to fall back. Did that help? The mech quickly recovered though, and charged in to take down Albert. Watch out! I was able to push him out of the way, causing me to get hit instead. Ah! Because of this, I was now extremely low on hearts, as the massive robot stood over me. On days 33 to 35, the mecha miner was about to take me down for good.
Inferior mech in deconstruction.
I looked up and saw that above it was a water pipe. That's it. I slashed upwards past the mech and broke the pipes above, which caused water to pour down directly onto him.
Malfunctioning. Buildup detected.
His whole body was beginning to malfunction and shoot out crazy attacks all around the room. Time to end this. I rushed in to hit him with a close range attack, and because of his weakened armor, I finally took him down for good. There where he once stood was the next prism ore. I picked it up, causing my body to upgrade once again. I gained 5 more hearts, grew even larger in size, and can now use a defensive mecha shield. Sweet.
Oh my! Thank you for saving us, Worm! I guess the Mining Co. wasn't making that just to mine ore, was it?
No, they're horrible people. Stay as far away from them as you can. With that, all of the scientists began to leave the factory as Albert came up to me. Well, looks like I didn't get the job. Think I could stay with you? Sure thing. I have some friends you'll want to meet anyway. On days 36 to 39, I brought Albert to my vault base. When we arrived, I noticed my friends had cleaned up the area and used the old tech to build us each rooms to stay in. Thanks, guys. With that, I took some time to build Albert a lab in the base so he could continue his research. Oh, all the tests I could do here! The possibilities are endless!
Hey, you're back! Did you manage to mess up any more of the Mining Co.'s plans?
Sure did, but it's still not enough. The mech I fought at the factory was no joke. I can only imagine how bad it would be if they managed to mass produce those things. My dad would have never let them even start making them.
Oh, come on. You don't give yourself enough credit. But forget about that for now. Come take a look at this.
Betty led me over to the large computer, where I saw a strange image glitching on the screen. Where is that?
I don't know, but it's giving off a really powerful signal. I just can't seem to pin down its location yet.
That's all right. Keep trying. I definitely want to see what's there. As I said this, alarms started to ring out in the base.
Oh no, something triggered the defense system outside.
Don't worry, I'm on it. I went outside to look for what triggered the alarm and saw... Ha! All clear, guys. It's just But a bright beam of energy shot down onto me. What the? I looked up to see a large UFO had appeared out of nowhere and began to pull me up into it. Whoa! Whoa! On days 40 to 44, I was teleported into a cage inside of the UFO. What's going on?
Do not worry, terrestrial worm.
I turned around to see 2 aliens had come up to my cage.
You'll be back down on Earth before you know it.
What? I don't have time for this!
Oh, well, you're going to make time.
I watched as the large alien leader floated into the room, and he stood next to another prism ore.
These ores are the most powerful energy source in the galaxy. So all you need to do is comply, and we will release you back to your inferior planet. Turn it on!
One of the aliens ran up and flipped a lever, causing the cage around me to power up. Wait, what are you? But before I could say another word, I was blasted with a beam from within the cage that began to steal the power out of my body.
Yes, with this, we will never run out of energy.
I felt my power weakening more and more and knew that if I didn't do something fast, I'd lose it all for good. No! Suddenly, the cage powered down?
What?
Haha! Now's my chance! I slashed out at the cage, breaking it open and launching the aliens back.
Yeah! Get him back in that cage at once!
I gotta get out of here! On days 45 to 52, I rushed through the halls of the alien ship looking for an exit. They have to have an escape pod around here somewhere. However, a deadly laser blasted out towards me.
Get back here and give us our power!
No! I darted into a nearby room where I saw a massive energy tank. But no exit? It's a dead end! Before I could run back out, the aliens cut me off at the door. They began to shoot out lasers rapidly at me, pushing me back with each hit.
Get him!
They ran up close to try and knock me out, so I summoned my mecha shield to protect me. This caused one of their attacks to bounce off and hit the large energy tank. Oh no! I quickly jumped away, but the aliens were too slow. The tank exploded, taking them down, and something began to happen to the UFO.
Our energy levels dropped to 50%? Where is that worm?
I bet if I destroy another one of those, I can make the ship land. I just gotta find it, fast. On days 48 to 52, I snuck through the halls of the UFO, looking for the next energy tank. Eventually, I made it into a room with floating platforms. And there, hanging at the top of it, was the main tank. Bingo! But as I entered inside, I heard a voice behind me.
There you are! What are you doing?
Oh no! I began to leap between the platforms, having to dodge the leader's powerful beam attacks as I went. He floated up and attacked me from all kinds of angles, as he would just teleport around the room. I was about to jump up to the last platform, but as I did, he broke it. Ah! Thankfully, I shot out my Mecha Slash, managing to hit the tank at the last second. Ah!
You worthless machine! Now I'll just take you apart and use your parts instead!
He was about to take me down, but just then, the tank exploded, causing the ship to shake.
No! We're going down!
Whoa! Whoa! Ugh, my head. I looked up and saw that I was completely surrounded in the ruins of the UFO. I guess that was my one way of escaping.
No, please! I can be useful to you!
I doubt it.
Huh? I quietly snuck towards the voices and saw that the mining co had come to the crash site, and they were surrounding the alien leader.
Take all the tech you can find, boys. I'll deal with this one myself.
You ignorant little...
Before the alien could do anything, he was easily taken down by one hit. That CEO, he's so strong.
Sir, we found another prism ore.
Good. Take it back to the base. I have to make sure our other plans are in order.
I watched as him and his officers split up as they started to drive off with the ore. No, I have to stop them before they do anything to it. I began to race after the car, but it was just way too fast for me. I think I have an idea. I began to dig into the cliff, trying to cut off the car.
I don't care that your legs hurt. I'm not moving my seat back.
Aha!
What the?
On days 57 to 59, I landed on top of the mining co car.
Get him off of there!
They began to swerve around, trying to do anything they could to knock me off. Whoa! Maybe I should have had another idea. I held on for my life, but that's when I noticed we were racing towards a tunnel. I quickly leapt up and began to dig into the mountain again.
Nice work. I think we lost him.
Oh yeah? I burst out from the other side of the mountain and bit into the car. Ha! This caused them to spin out of control and crash, taking all the officers out at once. And there, where the car once was the next prism ore. I mined into it, causing its power to connect with me, causing me to upgrade. I gained 5 more hearts, and now had a powerful Mecha Burst attack that I could use at will. Sweet. But just then, I started to get a call from Betty.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, Betty, but how?
I rigged up our fancy computer to connect to your system. And speaking of, I found out where that crazy mecha place is that you saw when you were last here.
Amazing! Send me the coords, and I'll head there now. On days 60 to 63, I followed Betty's coordinates and found the ruins of a giant ancient mech.
According to my scanners, that bot is radiating with energy, like the prism ores.
I looked over and saw that the mech held the last prism ore at its core. I think I found the reason for that.
Wait, I see multiple mecha signals around your location.
What do you mean? Suddenly, a blast shot out towards me as I barely dodged out of the way. Wow! I then noticed that I had been surrounded by ancient-looking robots.
No one is allowed to touch the mech. Must defend!
Wait! But they didn't hesitate and began to fire out at me with everything they had. I tried to use my mecha shield to block their attacks, but there were just too many of them. Okay, you asked for this. I began to fight back, using my mecha burst to take out groups of them at a time. But the more I took down, more of them just kept coming. Wait, is that mech making you guys? I knew I had no other choice but to rush for the ore, or I'd be quickly overwhelmed. I blasted back more of them with another attack and made a break for it. I just need to mine it. But before I could, the ore started to send out a strange power as I felt myself getting pulled inside. What is happening? On days 64 to 68, I opened my eyes to see that I was now inside of a strange mecha realm. Wait, am I in the prism ore?
Yes, you are.
I spun around to see that floating in the area was a digital avatar?
I am a manifestation of the code inside of the prism ores. I used to be a mech, just like you, before I gathered all 6.
Whoa. Well then, you know I need this power. I have to stop the mining co. The avatar sent out a flash of light and teleported both of us into a simulation?
This power is not for just any mech to use, not even for such a noble cause. Show me you are worthy of it!
The room began to shake and lava started to pour in all around me. I looked around and saw an opening of pure light across the room. I guess I have to get there. I began to run towards it as more and more lava flooded around me. Magma was shooting up from it, threatening to burn my body. Ah! How does a simulation hurt this bad?
Giving up so soon, Worm? Maybe you really aren't cut out for my power.
No, I made a promise, and I won't let my people down. I held back some of the flowing lava with a summoned mecha shield, allowing me to rush into the light. But then, the bridge in front of me completely collapsed. Come on, Fozo, you got this. I leapt up and used my mecha arms to pull myself across the gap and into the doorway. On day 69 to 73, I appeared in another simulation of a prehistoric jungle?
Your second trial will test your skills in an age-long past. Find the 3 eggs to open the next door.
You mean like this egg? I walked over and mined it up, but the second I did, a loud roar shook the entire area. Oh no! Stomping through the trees came a giant T-Rex! Ah! I began to run around as the angry dinosaur chased after me. I used my mecha arms to grapple up in the trees to get away. Oh, sweet. Another egg. I picked it up too. But then the tree shook below me. No, no, no! It slammed into the tree again, causing it to completely collapse under me. Ah! Ah! I would be sorry about your eggs, but you're just a simulation! I shot out a burst that pushed the dinosaur back as I made a break for the final one. Come on, almost there. But just before I could reach it, the T-Rex bit into me with a fatal attack. Yeah! I thought I was dead, but when I opened my eyes, the jungle around me was gone? What the?
You passed one trial and failed another. This last test will truly show who you are!
On days 74 to 77, the room changed into the Mining Co. mine. There were humans all around, mining up every ore they could find. What is this?
Just watch and decide what is right.
Suddenly, the walls burst open as a group of Mecha Worms came charging in.
Nice work, humans. You've done all that we've asked. So now we don't require your work anymore.
My dad? What are you? But before I could say anything else, the Mecha Worms began to run around and kill all the miners. No! I ran up and used my shield to block one of their attacks.
Not so fun on the other side, is it?
You monster! My family would never do this!
With all the power of the ores, you could do anything you wanted. Everyone, even your friends and family, will want that power. You can't trust anyone!
No, you're wrong! I shot out at the Avatar, hitting him back and causing the simulation to fade.
Ah! You idiot! You don't deserve this power!
The Avatar used the ultimate power of the ores to blast out massive attacks at me. But I wasn't going to give up and knew that if anything, it didn't deserve this power. I ran up and hit him with the most powerful attack I could, hitting him with a deadly Mecha Burst.
No!
On day 78 to 80, I was back at the base of the ancient mech ruins as the last prism ore shattered in front of me. This caused me to absorb its power as I upgraded one final time. I now had 35 hearts and grew to become the most powerful mech in the world. Awesome! But my celebration was cut short as the prism's ore's destruction caused the massive mech to fall apart. I ran back as chunks of the mech were crashing down onto me, taking away tons of my health. Just then, the ancient robots came running in, trying to slow me down. You guys really want to kill me that bad? With my final upgrade though, I had an explosive attack that I used to blast back the robots in front of me. Haha, take that! Thankfully, I got far enough away to survive, but was already extremely low. That Avatar just had to have the last hit, huh?
Don't worry. We weren't gonna let your parts go to waste.
Huh? I looked up to see that the mining corporation had found me. Stay back! I began to wildly shoot out attacks around, shoving the officers back with each hit.
Fry his circuits!
One of the officers rushed up behind me and hit me with the powerful blast of electricity, stunning me. Because of this, they were able to trap me in a large reinforced cage.
Look at this! Our little creation really made itself into something, didn't it?
I'm gonna make you pay for destroying my people.
Ha! Is that right? Gonna be pretty hard to do that when we take you apart at the base. Let's bring him home, boys.
On days 81 to 85, I was trapped in an underground bunker under the Mining Co. base. Let me out of here!
Not gonna happen, Worm. You've become a valuable asset to us now with your new power.
I angrily let out a blast towards the cage's bars, but all it did was hit me back with electricity.
You're still dumber than I thought. My officers are gonna take you apart until we find every last power source within you. Just think what new profitable mechs I can make from you.
No, I can't die here. Everything I fought for, my friends, my dad. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I was losing hope as two officers came into the room, about to take me apart. But just then, I heard Betty's voice.
On your left.
Huh? The wall to my left exploded open as my friends came charging in.
Stay away from him!
They came in and pushed the officers back, while Albert released me from my cage. Thanks! I joined in, blasting the officers back with my abilities. Guys, how did you find me?
Weren't you listening earlier? I said the computer was connected to your entire system. We knew where you were the whole time. The exit's this way.
We ran out of the room and saw the exit all the way down the hall. But between it and us were multiple officers.
Hey, the worm's escaping, and it has backup!
On days 86 to 90, my friends and I charged through the hall, trying to fight our way to the exit.
Oh, I've been waiting to cut a few of you down to size.
The officers were doing everything they could to stop us, though, and didn't hold back any of their attacks. Whoa, these guys really don't give up, do they? We were pushing closer and closer to the exit until one of them appeared behind us.
So long, you defect!
He threw out a deadly bomb that I couldn't dodge until Betty ran in front of me. Betty! I angrily slashed out at the officer, sending him flying back into a wall. Don't touch my friends! Wait, what is that? I walked into the room through the broken wall and saw the Mining Co.'s plans. All over the table were papers with a mission to attack our base? No. I know where it is. Hey, buddy. Betty isn't doing so well. All of the equipment I need to help her is back at my base. We have no other choice. Come on. On days 91 to 94, we all rushed back to the Mecha Vault to help repair Betty. She looked extremely weak and was barely holding on. This can't be happening. Don't worry. Let me work my magic. Albert started to go around the base, grabbing anything he could. A little of this, a little of that. I was gonna save this for a rainy day, but better now than never. He was working lightning fast, but nothing he did was working. What's wrong? It's her power source. It's completely destroyed.
It's all right, Bozo. I had a pretty good time helping you get back to the Mining Co.
No, I'm not losing someone else to them. I won't let this happen. I felt my energy surge within me, and I let out a burst of mecha power. It shot out around the room as all of the tech on our base flashed with the light. And because of this, Betty's mecha body grew as she upgraded into a new, stronger mecha beetle.
Woohoo! What a rush!
Betty, you're okay. However, we were interrupted as something triggered the proximity alarms. Oh, please don't be the aliens again.
No, it's worse. The Mining Co. is here.
On days 95 to 99, I walked outside the vault to see that there alone was the CEO.
You really are a clever robot. I see that now. And you would become more useful to me alive, Worm. I've come to bring you back on as part of the Mining Corporation.
I'd never work for you again.
I just assumed with all your friends dead, you'd have no other place to go.
What? Just then, I felt the ground below me begin to shake as I heard my friends shouting from within the vault. Ah, they're everywhere! No! I ran back to see that my friends had been surrounded by more mining mechs. I thought I destroyed you already.
I think they made more. Hold on!
I charged in and began to fight back the massive mechs. They tried to use their numbers against me, but I was so much stronger now than ever before. Ha ha! I took on the last few with the help of my friends, and with our strength combined, they didn't stand a chance.
I got it!
Betty used her new form to charge at the last one, knocking it back towards me. Nice work! Oh, you're welcome!
Dude, you hid the entire time.
Hey, you still won, didn't you?
Great question.
I turned around to see the CEO was standing at the entrance. It's over. All of your men and machines are done for.
Really? Then, let's see if you can survive this.
He flung out an explosive into the ceiling that began to cause the vault to collapse. On day 100, the vault ceiling was crashing down all around us as the mining CEO ran out. Everyone, run! They made a break for it as I stayed behind them, summoning mech shields to block them from the falling rocks. My brain is too important to die!
Just keep running, you idiot!
Thankfully, they made it out of the exit, but a chunk of rocks fell and cut me off.
Oh, no you don't! I can't be having any more loose ends running around.
He was about to unleash another deadly explosion, but I burst out of the ground below him, stopping his attack. Stay away from them. This is between you and me.
So be it!
We began to trade blows as the CEO used his massive pickaxe to dig into my mecha body. I fought back with everything I had, using all the abilities I gained along the way, but he was too strong.
You think I'll build this company without sacrifice? I gave up everything for this job. You are merely tools for mankind.
He sent out another explosion, setting me back and knocking me down to low hearts. Ah! You destroyed my kind. My dad! This is not how you had to do things! My words enraged him, making him charge in recklessly. But as he did, I let out all of my power at once, using everything I had in a final mecha explosion, which finally took him down for good. I did it! And because of this, me and my mecha friends can now finally live in peace.